Hi folks, just another video just showing what I've been up to in an effort to try and clear up some of these projects. I know some of you have seen that refueling station in the background, but a few days ago I was on YouTube and I noticed that that video had no sound at all, which means I couldn't tell you what I'd done to it. So I'm going to bore you to death and tell you it again. Well, I'm not really, because you couldn't hear me the first time. But anyway, more importantly, the reason I'm putting it on is because of those. Back in Easter, a long time ago, my children were eating Easter eggs and presented me with some cardboard and some Kinder Egg tops and what have you, and said, "Dad, do you want that for your model railway? Can you do something with it?" Well, answer is, yes I can. That was it. So what you're looking at, the tops are made of plastic Kinder Eggs, the bottoms are made of the cardboard boxes that the Easter eggs come in, the underneath is also piece of cardboard off an Easter egg. We've got black flexible straws which are painted in a metal coat. The only thing I actually physically bought for this is the little hand wheels there, which I got a fret of loads of them. Everything else I had here to make it with. Gravel, I soaked it in an oil stain wash that I have to make it look like it's had a little overflow from time. Stickers, self-made on the computer. These downloaded from the internet. The wire mesh, that came off one of them electric fly swatters. I bought one of those to make my own static grass applicator, and I kept the mesh, so come in handy here. The ladder on the end there, was trying to decide should I have a covered gangway over it. And then I thought, well, this was the late 60s and the early 70s. Did they have all them fancy rails on? Did they not have them on? Or back then, was it just a case of get up that ladder, son, and go and check them tanks? I'm going with that basis because I've tried various things, not happy with anything, and that's where I'm going to stay. So there you go. That just shows you that by buying these two bits and using what I had around the house or in my modelling room, I made two storage tanks for diesel, which will sit on the layout kind of somewhere like that. And you're going to have a line coming in here, obviously for the rail trucks to come in and fill the tanks, and then imagine underground pipes going to the pump house, which is just an old Hornby turntable motor house, whatever you want to call it. So again, that was a rescue. As for this, I'll go through it as quick as I can. I bought it very cheap, and I bought it cheap because all these side windows were missing. It was in its original Hornby state with the horrible pretendy funny coloured bricks that they have on the side. So we applied some Metcalf papers, a few signs as usual, again always made up on a computer, and then we'll just spin it round a little to the front. So there's the front end of it. Few speed restrictor signs, post there saying high vis, wear your jacket, and another one about the danger on the tracks. Both of those are actually original posters that British Rail used. Anyone who's looking for stuff like that, if you go to the National Railway Museum site, you can download them from there. And I use a program called Open Office, which I found out from a channel called Gormo Shed. He uses Open Office, and he uses it to scale down things and print his own signs, and I learnt it from him how to do all these miniature signs. So thank you, Gormo, if you're watching this one. So yeah, we've got lane 2, lane 1, and as always, parts of my model railways have my children's name on. So this one's my son's, Mitchell's Mount Diesel Refueling. So on the layout, this will come out further. There'll be more hard standing. We'll probably have a set of traffic lights here to say green or red, and then maybe further down the line I might have one of them typical sort of V canopy filler places, you know, like some people have, just as an additional item. here, I know I've mentioned before, Wordsworth Model Railway, I think it was, if I remember rightly. Make your own container. This had to look that it was old and tired and dying. We put a little sign on the side, no smoking, no naked flames, because as you can see inside, when the camera focuses, we've got barrels of oil, gear oil, lube oil, whatever you want to call it. Those were bought. However, the labels that are wrapped around them, again, Wordsworth Model Railway, if I remember rightly. So thank you to them again for taking the time to make these things for people who like to have a go on their own. So inside, let me just take this lid off so you can see what we've done inside. So inside you can see that here, there, sorry, let me put some light in there. In here you can see that this was the back of platform steps. It would normally have a handrail. I decided that it was a good point that when you bring diesels in, for the drivers to step out if they need to, come down the steps as opposed to climbing down the sides of the cab. Got a couple of more barrels of them oils lying around. The original pumps that were in there, we gave a coat of paint to those. Again, more warning signs. Fire point, there was a printout there with fire extinguishers on. We've got first aid point signs over there, same again. We do have also, bear with me folks, if I can get down there, we made a little sign there for all the isolators, electrical hazard. And on this side, pretty much the same thing again. You know, we just sort of threw paint on the walls and threw muck on the walls and stuff like that. And then we also made that, which I think again was Wordsworth, which is a little toolbox. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it's undercover, you don't really see it. I left those tracks open, the sides of those tracks open when I did it, and do you know, I still can't make mine whether I want to bother to fill them or not. I might and I might not. It's pretty much where, this is where Hornby finished there, and this is where they started again. I wanted that filled, but as about that, I don't know. The engine's going to stand there, is it needed? Who knows. But anyway, that's the internals. As you can see, I kind of fogged up all the windows deliberately, front and back. And then at this end, again, you just get a couple of the guys chilling out there, having 5 minutes. All nice hard standing. It's a little bit longer at the back end to allow, I kind of measured it up for DMUs coming in, so if they're filling both tanks on both engines they can get to that. Again, more little warning signs because we've got fuel and oil around. These little brick retaining walls are literally 2 lolly sticks glued together side by side. The paper, again, on this particular one was Wordsworth Model Railway, brick printed, and if you look carefully, if it will focus for me, come on. Everyone that does videos on YouTube shout come on at the camera when it won't focus. If you look carefully, you can actually see there's a header course on the bricks. For those of you that maybe don't understand that, it's the one lot of bricks. When you build a wall, the bricks built that way. The header course goes that way. So you can see there the little white lines. And all I did with that was just cleverly cut the paper so that it draped over both sides, showed the header, and then I just did the sides, as you can see there. So I'm quite pleased how that turned out. But yeah, so there you go, a couple of normal Hornby things. When I get to layout stage, things like these will get lights fitted to them. The insides of that will get lights fitted to them. You could ask the question, why haven't I done it now? Because I have enough to do, to be honest with you. But yeah, when I'm doing things, I think about where I'm going to run cables, where I'm going to run lights. Right now it's more about repairing these things, putting them back into some sort of order, and making them look better than they did when I bought them, basically. So yeah, so that's a quick rundown on what I did there, because as I said, the last one was silent. Mostly like Metcalf, Wordsworth, Plasticard in here, Hornby bits, and lots of guys painted up in blue overalls with the red jackets on, because they were starting to wear them apparently at that time. So there you go, there's that, and there's that. That I'm really pleased with, because that, to me, that is a complete scratch build. Nothing in there to start me off, that was just me putting something together, so I'm happy with that. And that, I think, looks way better than it used to look. And as I say, it's got more to add on when it goes on the layout. But anyway, there you go folks, yet again another lesson in don't spend lots of money. That is practically free, and that I might have spent specifically buying things in, don't know, can't think, what did I spend? Not a great deal, to be honest with you, a couple of quid. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, the time I bought that, and I've got that there, say that we paid 20 quid to produce all of that, I'm happy with that, because nobody else has got a Hornby refueling point that looks like that. Yes, some of you might think, well, I don't want a Hornby refueling point because they're bloody awful. Well, yeah, they're not the best little things in the world, but I'm happy with it. It goes on mine, it does what I want it to do, and I've made it look like that and not like all the other ones. And nobody else has got one of them neither. And yes, some people might think that looks bloody awful, but you know what, I'm happy with it because I built it, and no one's duplicating. It's not out of a box and looks like somebody else's on another layout. And I'm not being detrimental to those of you that do that. I'm just being tight, because at the end of the day, I don't want to go out and spend all these big money on these objects. I don't even think, if I had lots and lots of money, whether I still would, because I'm still tight. So there you go folks, I bored you enough for one night. Quick look at that, just with some voice this time, and me finishing a project. It's only took me several months, but it's finished. Anyway, thanks for watching folks. I said it on the last video, well, didn't say it, I put it up on the last video. I'm now one away from 70 subscribers. It doesn't seem 5 minutes ago I was at 50 and I was amazed. I'm even more amazed that I'm practically at 70. So thank you very much for all of you guys who watch, who've subscribed, and who take the time to write a comment. I always appreciate comments, good or bad or instructive. I like the instructive ones more than anything, to be honest with you, or the ones that give you a few ideas of what you could do. So keep it coming guys, thanks for watching, catch you later.